Hello and welcome. We're going to be looking today at how to hack our Amber Culottes sewing pattern, which is our Minerva Exclusive sewing pattern. We're going to hack it or alter it to create a pair of Palazzo trousers with some pockets. So we're going to start off with the basic pattern and then we're going to alter it and lengthen it all the way down to the floor. That measurement is obviously going to be bespoke to your own body measurement. And then we're going to add some nice little slanted side pockets. So these are not inseam pockets, they're ones that you can kind of see on the front of the trousers as shown in the image next to me. I'm Izzy at Minerva and I'm going to be talking you through step by step how to make all of these changes that I've just shown to you. This is a really fun process and I absolutely love hacking our patterns and being creative with them and inspiring you guys at home. So in order to follow along, you're going to need your standard sort of pattern drafting tools, which are listed here. Obviously, you're going to need your Amber Culottes sewing pattern, so grab yourself a copy on our website if you've not got one already. And obviously, if you need further support in terms of sewing or which fabric to pick or how to fit the trousers, we have 3 videos up on our Minerva YouTube channel on our playlist that is devoted to our Minerva exclusive patterns. You can find those there as well to further support you as you sew the garment today. So without further ado, let's just get straight on into it and take a look at this pattern. So our Amber Culotte sewing patterns are currently designed to be about 74 centimetres from the waist down. That's the length that they've been designed at here. And so what you need to do now, if you want to make a floor length pair of trousers, is go and grab a pair of shoes that you would intend to wear with this particular outfit, and then measure from your waist down to at the floor or wherever you want the hemline to be based on those shoes, because obviously that will alter kind of the length of the hem that you want. So grab a tape measure, measure that distance from your waist down to the floor or waist down to wherever you want your hemline to sit with your shoes on, and then come back and join me. We're going to start off with the back pattern piece and then move on to the front in a couple of minutes. So the back pattern piece, what we really want to do is just lengthen it. That's the only thing we need to do. Now you'll notice that there is a lovely little curve here with a 2.5 centimetre hem allowance on it. What I've done here is I've cut out size G, which is the size I want to make the sample into, but then I've just left the piece of paper down at the bottom and added some further paper to be able to lengthen my pattern piece. So the line that I'm sort of working with in terms of my hemline is currently this line here. The very first thing we want to do is just to extend this side seam of the back trouser. So grab a ruler and just continue to extend it all the way down your sheet of paper. Do the same on the other side if you need to. For me, I've just continued that nice straight line all the way down with my sheet of paper. And now what we want to do is we want to know what distance we want to have the hemline sitting from the folded edge of the waistband, which is the top of the trouser. So I'm going to grab a tape measure. For me, I want my hemline to be 113 centimetres, and that's where I want the bottom of my hem to be. I'm then going to add 2.5 centimetres for my hem allowance. So my hem is going to be 115.5 centimetres. Now you'll notice we have a lovely little curve going along down here, and that's wonderful. We want to make sure that our hem down at the bottom has the same sort of curve. So all I'm going to do is to measure the distance from the bottom line here or somewhere consistent on your hemline, and for me the distance there to my point that I want my pattern piece to finish is 36.5 centimetres. So very simply I'm just going to dash out 36.5 centimetres all the way along. I'm going to dash it out like this rather than draw a straight line, because then I'm going to pick up that beautiful little curve of the hemline. And once you've dashed it out, just draw that line in. And once it's drawn in, we're just going to cut away the excess paper, just like that. Okay, wonderful. We've done all the changes we need to do to the back. Let's move on to the front. Okay, so here is our trouser front pattern piece, and exactly the same as we did for the back. All we're going to do now is just extend the hem by the same amount. So whatever amount you did for the back, let's do exactly the same for the front, using the same offset line, whichever one you used for the back. I'm just going to use the bottom one here, as I did for the back, and offset 36.5 centimetres. And that just ensures that I'm extending it by the same amount across both pattern pieces. Okay, just like that. So I've extended it to match up perfectly with the back. Okay, let's move on now to look at how to add in those beautiful little pockets. To start off with, mark a point that is 8 centimetres along the folded casing from the side of the pattern piece. Next, it's always helpful just to mark the seam allowance with a little dashed line down here, just so we can really understand in terms of scale and space exactly how much space we want for our hand to fit into the side of this pocket. Now, it strikes me that if your hand is going in from there downwards, you want to be somewhere around here, don't you? Around that sort of point in order to be able to get your hand in and then just sit really comfortably. So, working down the side seam, it feels like if we drop at about, say, 16 centimetres, 15 or 16 centimetres, you do whatever you want and just extend that point out to here. So 16 centimetres. So that's going to allow my hand to just sit in really comfortably at that point. And then I'm just going to draw a line all the way down, joining up those 2 points together. Now, that is where I want the fold line to be for my pocket. But we need to add a 1.5 centimetre seam allowance to that in order to allow it to tie in with the back pattern piece. So draw a 1.5 centimetre seam allowance offset from that line. Now we'll come back to that pattern piece in a little bit and trim it off, but next I want you to grab a piece of tracing paper and just place it on top of that area. What we're going to do now is draw in the pocket bag, which is the bit that's going to sit attached onto the trouser but sort of hidden underneath. And so at this point you basically just want to pop your hand in and trace around where you want it to be. So trace around your hand just like this, really simply. That's going to give you a nice little guide for the size of the pocket that you want. So using that as a guide, I'm just going to draw a line that it runs perpendicular to the grain line, and it's a 1.5 centimetres offset from that lovely curve there. And I'm literally just going to draw it straight across. Next, just do the same, working from that bottom line, go up, all the way up with a 1.5 centimetre offset from your little dashed line there. What we've got is a nice basic kind of curve at that point, and we can just soften that off with a nice curve as well using our pattern drafting ruler. Wonderful. So effectively this line now becomes the size of the pocket that we're going to incorporate into the pattern. Now for the pocket bag, all we need to do is to trace around these 3 sides. Trace around the side seam, over this dashed line here, and around the top. Okay, we're going to call this our pocket lining, and we're going to cut 2, one for each side. Grab another piece of tracing paper next. Okay, draw around the perimeter and just trace over the pocket lining bag piece. Don't forget that we're going to go around the curve of this one here, because we want our pocket bag to have a nice soft curve there. And then basically trace around the perimeter of the main pattern piece at this point. And we're just going to call this the pocket bag, because it's the outer pattern piece. Now, as we do this, we're going to need to put a whole series of notches onto all 3 pattern pieces. So let's do that together next. On this one, what I want to know is where the folded line of the pattern is going to hit it. So once I've joined the lining to the main body, it's then going to be attached at this point here using that line there. So I'm just going to put a little notch in at that point there and this point up here on the inner line, just to mark on this pattern piece where it's going to match up nice and neatly there. I'm also going to transfer my little notch here, which is my side seam notch, which lines up with the pattern piece. Just traced off directly from there. And then besides that, there isn't much else to add for this one. So you just annotate that pattern piece and then remove it. Okay, with this one here, what we need to do is actually translate some of this line marking onto the pattern underneath. So fold your piece of paper up at the bottom there, and just mark a little notch at this point on the pattern piece. So that's going to mark where the bottom of the pocket is going to sit. And we'll do the same for this section up here. So just fold the pattern piece along this line here and just mark a little notch at this point. Remove this piece of tracing paper. We're finished with that pattern piece now. The only other thing to do now is just to cut along that line. And there we have it, completely done. Amazing, well done. That's it done in terms of pattern drafting. We've lengthened both pattern pieces and now we've drafted out our very own little side slanted pocket to give a nice little bit of drama to those culottes. So what we're going to do now is we're going to sew up those pattern pieces together. What I'll be doing in this video is just simply to show you and demonstrate the sewing techniques and how to sew the pattern pieces together for sections that are different to the original instructions. So as we go through the pattern sewing process, I'm going to skip over certain bits because if you need extra help with that, you can just refer back to our lovely sew along video, which is on our Minerva YouTube playlist. So do take a look at that if you need extra help. Let's get sewing. The fabric that I've chosen to sew with today is our Minerva Exclusive Floral Carousel Viscose Jersey Stretch Knit fabric. Widthways, it has 80% stretch and lengthways approximately 60% stretch. So it's a really lovely flexible fabric and it drapes really beautifully. First thing we're going to do is to grab the pocket piece with the nice strong slant and with right sides together pin it down that straight line onto the trouser leg. We'll then sew those two pieces together. Once that's been sewn in place, what we're then going to do is flip this over and press it out like that. And then we're just going to sew a line of understitching all the way down, about 3mm away from the folded edge. And this stitch line is just going to catch the seam allowance on the underside, holding it all nice and firmly in place. And here's what it looks like once it's sewn. And once you've sewn that and understitched it, we're just going to turn it under and give it a nice press so that it's nice and crisp. And then take your pocket bag piece and lay it right sides together over the pocket. Now it should be lining up absolutely perfectly and the notches should align with the slant of the pocket at this point. And then just pin it in place around the curved seam, pinning just the two pieces of fabric together. Next, just sew and overlock those two pieces together. Wonderful, just like that. Now the next thing that I want to do is just to stabilise the pocket piece to the trouser leg. So I'm going to sew a line of basting stitches up here and also down here on the side seam just to hold it in place. So just pop a couple of pins through all three pieces of fabric and then we're just going to sew a little line of zigzag stitches within the seam allowance, so within 1 centimetre of the raw edge. Okay, just like that. So we've got a nice little line of zigzag stitches right there. And now turn it right side facing up. And you can see that we have got a beautiful little pocket there, which is beautifully sewn and pressed and looking fabulous. So just repeat that whole process for the other trouser leg. And then once you've done that and you've prepped both trouser legs with your front pockets, you can then just follow each of these steps all the way through the booklet exactly as they are written. We are going to use a nice elasticated waist and we're also just going to hem it in exactly the same way as the instruction booklet recommends. So if you need any further support with any of the standard sewing steps in this instruction booklet, don't forget that you can refer to the Minerva Sew Along for the original pattern which is on our YouTube channel. Okay, and once you've done that, let's take a look and see what it looks like. Wow, so these amber culottes look so different, lengthened. They look so glam, don't they? I absolutely adore how swishy they are and gorgeous. These pockets also look fabulous. I really love how they just add a little bit of practicality into the garment and just really, yeah, sing, don't they? They look really good. So thank you for following along today. I do hope you've really enjoyed the whole process and it's really inspired you to do some further hacks at home and to maybe alter patterns that you've also already got at home that you just want to add little pockets to or lengthen. I do hope that's been really fun for you. Thank you for joining me. I will see you next time.